Many years after Adam and Eve, the earth was filled with people. But as generations passed, wickedness spread across the world. People's hearts became evil. God saw that every thought of man's heart was only evil continually, and it grieved his heart. But there was one man who found favor in God's eyes. His name was Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his generation, and he walked with God. While the world around him grew darker, Noah remained faithful. God spoke to Noah and revealed his plan. The wickedness of mankind had become so great that God would send a flood to cleanse the earth. But because of Noah's faithfulness, God would save him and his family. God commanded Noah to build an ark, a massive boat that would preserve life through the coming judgment. God gave Noah specific instructions. The ark was to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. It would have 3 decks, rooms throughout, and a window. Noah was to coat it inside and outside with pitch to make it waterproof. Then God gave Noah an incredible task. He was to bring into the ark 2 of every kind of animal, male and female, to keep them alive through the flood. Of clean animals, he was to take 7 pairs, and of birds 7 pairs as well. Noah was also to store food for his family and all the animals. Noah obeyed God completely. For many years he worked on the massive ark. His neighbors must have thought he was crazy, building a giant boat far from any ocean. But Noah had faith in God's word and continued his work day after day. When the ark was finished, God told Noah it was time. Noah, his wife, his 3 sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives entered the ark. Then came the animals, just as God had commanded. Lions walked alongside lambs, elephants marched next to mice, and birds of every feather flew into the ark. It was an incredible sight as pairs of every creature on earth came to Noah. When everyone was safely inside, God himself shut the door of the ark. Then the judgment began. The fountains of the great deep burst open and the windows of heaven were opened. Rain poured down like never before, not for hours or days, but for 40 days and 40 nights without stopping. The waters rose higher and higher. First they covered the fields, then the hills, and finally even the highest mountains were covered by 20 feet of water. Every living thing that breathed air perished in the flood, except for those safe inside the ark. For 150 days the waters prevailed over the earth. But God remembered Noah and all the animals with him in the ark. God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters began to subside. The ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Noah waited patiently as the waters slowly receded. He sent out a raven which flew back and forth until the waters dried up. Then he sent out a dove, but it found no place to rest and returned to the ark. 7 days later, Noah sent the dove out again. This time it returned with a fresh olive leaf in its beak, showing that the waters were going down. After another 7 days, Noah sent the dove out once more, and this time it did not return. Finally, after more than a year on the ark, God told Noah it was time to come out. Noah, his family, and all the animals left the ark and stepped onto dry ground. The first thing Noah did was build an altar and offer sacrifices to God in thanksgiving for their deliverance. God was pleased with Noah's offering and made a covenant with him. God promised never again to destroy the earth by flood. As a sign of this covenant, God placed a rainbow in the sky, a beautiful reminder of his promise to all generations. From Noah and his family, the earth was repopulated. God had preserved life through the flood, showing that even in judgment, his mercy and faithfulness endure forever.